going under some moderate pressure against the US dollar, mainly because there is a scant supply of hard currency in the market, and there is a lot of expectations that one would actually have to put it. Of course, we understand that there are a lot of other issues that could actually trigger this, but much of what we are seeing that there's been a tight supply of US dollars on the market, and that's the more reason why we have actually seen this trend going this direction. But again, also we understand that there's been a serious imbalance in the import and export factors, of which we know that the local currency is likely to continue being under this pressure, or because of the high demand needed from some importers who are still also doing some bit of clearing on the part of their materials, which are entering into the country, replenishing of stocks, and few other compounding issues that we could actually put from there. So we've got a subdued supply on the market, as some people were busy ordering some of the items and also importing to the country for the purpose of restocking of goods and services meant for festival, some which actually didn't come right in good time. So the import activity has likely been standing so strong on a strong footing, to a point whereby it is causing the trade pattern taking this route actually to ensure that to see that the large scale of what is happening is weighing so much on the import-driven factors. A case which has been a current poor scenario in this case. We are likely to see that this will remain in force until certain factors come into play. But obviously, we are well confident that we will be adding the monetary policy rate in the next 2-3 weeks from now, which may also tend to actually help cities fighting on the inflation side of things. But again, also it has been observed that each and every pattern that lies, which has been sustained for some time. So it's high time that we look at a meaningful solution to ease the pressure that characterizes from the local exchange market. There is a need for us to have a technical way to combat this usual challenging demand which occurs around this each and every time. So I think looking at the fundamentals that we have put in place, there is a need for us to see that we have strong force in terms of counterbalancing the effect that comes from there. If we do not take care of what is happening in the forex market, where we have a small overheating factor, we may find ourselves fighting against the inflation, because the large component of the inflation that we face in the Zambian case comes from the exchange rate. So if we do not take a preventative measure to see how we can counteract on such elements which we are facing on a weekly basis or daily basis, it may actually come to fight against what we are trying to put in place. So there is a need for us to see that there is a moderate treatment we can look at in terms of trying to balance up the wheels. And obviously there are other factors that most of the times when we have so much of the effect that comes from the exchange market, we have always have a situation where we get to have the central bank come to intervene in the market. With the obtaining situation, I think we need to look at how best can we resuscitate some of the fundamentals that can actually bring the market factors into play. So the supply and demand factors need to actually work out other than just using the natural means of trying to come up with the policy tools to incentivize some of the effects. So we have seen the Zambian case. What we need also is to find a way of how we can bring forth the industrialization process to actually come to its practicality sense, because obviously that has also been one of the biggest factors that we have actually seen. So there is a need for us to have a strong study case to see that we have a better solution to counterbalance the effect that we actually see from this. So right this moment that we see, we have got a very bad effect that is generating from the foreign exchange, of which we have a loss of about 5 kwacha or 5 ingwe, 10 ingwe each and every day, and that translates to a bigger value at the end of each one. And if we do not take a prevention measure to ensure that the currency performs in a stable manner or conditions, we may find ourselves eating into budget deficit, because obviously the budget for this year, we are looking at it performing within 19 kwacha throughout the year. And also we are looking at also anchoring inflation within the acceptable accommodative range toward the forecast horizon. So it is imperative that we need to take care and ensure that systems and a matter of moderating this case works out best for the Zambian case, so as to avoid the distortion that can come from